Hello and happy Tuesday. This is Wendy Lee, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. And I'm super excited that you're joining me today for a little bit of paper crafting fun, right? All right, what are we going to do today? We are going to make a super simple card using a punch and creating a tiled background. So let me pull in my project. It's this one right here. Is that not super cool? So pretty. You may have seen this done before, but I'm going to show you how to do it today. And we are featuring some products that will be leaving us soon, as well as a brand new stamp set. So let's make sure I am in the Facebook group before I go too crazy. Yes, it looks like I'm here. Yay. Let me share this over to the group. Perfect. So it looks like I'm in the right place. So, all right, let me go ahead and switch my camera because you don't need to see me. Let's start crafting. So let me switch that over. And we'll put this project out so you can see the card again. Right? Great. Let me fix a setting real quick and then we will jump on in. Perfect. All right. So let's see if I see anybody on with me today. Well, my computer's going to work. Maybe. All right. Oh, good. I see a couple people are on. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Gwen. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Kay. All right. So glad to see you guys jump on in. And yes, happy Tuesday. Gotta love some Tuesday paper crafting, right? All right. So again, we're going to feature this. This is a new stamp set called Biggest Wish. Sorry about the glare there with the ring light. But love this. Love this. Love this. And so we're using that for our sentiments. And then, as I mentioned, I'm pulling in the Love You Always Specialty Designer Series paper, as well as the foil paper, which is gorgeous, gorgeous paper. And sadly, on the last chance list. But when I looked earlier, they're on sale. I'll have to look up the price. It's discounted, and so you get them for a steal. It's awesome. Okay, let's get started. Jump on in. So I'm going to move that out of the way. And I'm going to start with our sentiment piece. I've got a scrap of Mary Merlot. So at the end of the video, hey, Jean, so glad you're here. At the end of the video, I will go back and I will add in the complete supply list. If you need to order any products, you can do so, as well as the cut dimensions for everything. So you'll have everything you need to get going. So, all right. So I'm bringing in my Mary Merlot ink pad, or, oh, good grief. Paper, and then my Versamark ink pad. This is my really gross one. So that's one I've done a lot of different techniques with. So it looks disgusting, but it still works fabulously. And I'm just going to stamp this hello right in the middle. And then with Versamark, sorry, I didn't tell you that. And then we'll dip this in our white embossing powder, and then we'll heat that up. Hopefully I got a good image. Yeah, I think I did all right today. Scoop on a little bit more. I think I shook off just a bit too much. All right. So I dumped my embossing powder in a plastic container. They come in the little small jars. And now you can get the basics powder, which has your black and your white powder all in one. All right. Let's bring in my heat tool, my really old heat tool. All right. And hopefully you'll be able to see the magic as it happens. Here it goes, it's starting. All right, perfect. Yay. So you just want to heat that up until the powder melts. You don't want to go too long. If your paper turns brown, too long. Get flames, too long. Yeah, you just want to melt the powder and get a good image there. All right, so then we're bringing in our tailored tag punch. So this is how we're going to create that tile, that super cool tile background on our project. So as you guys know, our punches fold flat and they have a lock on the back. So if you slide the lock, it opens. And the side that is narrower is actually the front of the punch, where you'll slide in your cardstock, right? So I like to use it upside down so I can see what I'm punching, where I'm punching. I can just slide in that exactly where I want it and then just squeeze. And I've got my cute sentiment. Yay. All right, so we're going to keep this punch out, and I've got some scraps. Like I said, I'm going to use the Love You Always foil. So there's a Sahara Sand. I think that was a Rococo Rose and Blushing Bride, or the 3 colors in there. And then you've got the specialty paper that has printed foils in the same colors. So lots and lots of fun. So this is a great way to use up some paper scraps if you've got lots of designer paper scraps. So I'm just going to punch one of each design, and we'll start with that. Dun, dun, dun. This goes pretty quick. Just get one of each of these. So pretty. So you can mix and match these colors like I'm doing today, or you could choose like one color and alternate with the print and the foil together like that. All right, so let's move all that out of our way. Lock our punch to close it, just squeeze it and slide that lock. And then now it stores on your shelf really easy. And then you've got the picture to see what punch that is. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Punches are a good thing. All right, so let's bring in our silicone mat. And I want to wrap around, actually, I don't want to do that just yet. I am going to temporarily place down my sentiment because I'm going to pull it back off. So I just want to put a little bit of adhesive. Hey, Jennifer, so glad you're here. Yes, Jean, the foil is $5 and the designer paper is $7.50. So half off. That's awesome. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. It's a great price and it's beautiful. Not something you want to miss out on. All right, so I put just a small amount of adhesive on that because I want to hold that in place while I put my tiles down, but I want that popped up in the end and it's going to go over the top of the twine. So I need it for placement, but I need to be able to pull it right back off. All right, so I'm going to stay happy with that. Now, when I'm putting this together, you can do this however you want to do this, but what I'm going to do is I am going to put my printed papers flat and I'm going to pop up my foil papers. There's no real reason. I just felt like it. Okay. So we're going to put this down. And so depending on how close you put these together or far, it's going to give you this, what I'm going to call the grout line of your tile, right? So you can put it as close together or as far apart as you want. So on this one, you can see I've got about 1/8 of an inch in between them. But again, you can make that wider or narrower depending on what your preference is. Okay, let's find our dimensional dots. So yeah, so this is definitely one to stock up on before it's gone. See if I can get that, make sure I'm still in camera for you guys. All right, so I'm going to put a dimensional dot on the top and on the side because I know that that is going to fall within my cardstock there. And then I'm going to put one down in this corner here. So that gives it a 3-point security. How about that? All right, not always easy to see when you're on video. So I'm going to do the best I can to make these straight. Okay, cute. So that one's popped up. And then I'm going to pop up this foil one next to it, the Sahara Sand foil. So same type of thing. I'm going to put one at the top. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it at both ends because I know it's going to fit. And then let's go ahead and add one here on the base just to give that bottom some stability as well. Probably doesn't need it. Makes me feel better. So I'm doing it. So again, I'm just going to eyeball this, trying to get somewhat of an even placement between those lines. Cute, right? All right, so now I'm going to piece this one in right here. So let's just put a little bit of Stampin' Seal on the back. Dun, dun, dun. So you could do the whole front of the card if you wanted to. I just chose to do a small section because I thought it was kind of a cool look. All right, and then this next one, we're gonna place, again, I'm doing all the prints flat for whatever reason, it's just my mood, okay? I could stop, but I'm gonna keep going. Let's go ahead and put this print in next. You could use liquid adhesive if you prefer. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. All right, pop up this last one, and the whole thing's gonna fit on there, so I can put dimensionals on every point here. Have you guys tried creating a tile background with this punch yet? It's kind of fun. A little relaxing. You could make them all the same. You could mix and match cardstock with designer papers. So many things you could do. All right, I love that. So let me pop this back off, and I'm going to trim away all the pieces that hang off the edge. I don't want to throw them out yet, but I am going to trim them down. So you could use your paper trimmer if you'd like. Some of these have some stickum on them, so I'm not sure I would want to put that in my trimmer. I could, you know. All righty. You guys having a good week so far? I know it's Tuesday only. How do I decide which to pop up, Jean? It depends on my mood at the minute. I can't tell you that I have a right or wrong way to that. I just felt like some should be popped up and some should be flat. And I just decided that the foil was what I want to pop up and the print I wanted flat. Really, it doesn't matter. I don't think. I think you can do whatever makes you happy. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back, and I'm going to wrap this twine. So this is from the Snail Mail Twine. I believe this is also discounted on the last chance list. Sad to see this going away. So this comes with the Blushing Bride and white twine in the pack. Nice big spool. I think it might even be 15 yards of each. It's quite a bit of twine. So it's very exciting. All right, so I've got that wrapped around, and of course now I've got sticky on the back of this. So let's go ahead and adhere this down. We're going to attach this to our basic white layer. So let me grab one of those. And we'll lay this right down. And it's just a skinny layer around it. You guys know I like that, right? That little skinny border. I think that's really pretty. Okay, so now we're ready to put our sentiment on it. We're going to pop that up as well, just because. So yeah, Jean, I wish I had a little more of a scientific way. Oh, you didn't like this card? Oh, I'm so glad you changed your mind, Kathy, and like it. I try. It's one of those things that this technique, I've seen a lot of people do this technique, and I personally don't like it covering the full background. I like it when it's just a portion of the background. I think it's a little more fun. But yes, you can do it however you want to. And again, I like mixing and matching the patterns in the paper. You know, this one especially has the fabulous foil to it. So I just think it's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our Sahara Sand cardstock. And we're going to fold this in half. And there's my bone folder. We'll run that, cross that fold, and then I'm going to pop this right on top. Again, you guys don't have to pop things up. You can do them flat if you'd like. I just, you know, I like it, so I just do it. This should mail pretty easily, even with all the pop-ups, I think. Not be too bad. Yeah, I think the other thing I really like is having the darker color. I mean, a lot of times I see these all on white, or I don't know. I like having this little more color in that background like that. Got a big fingerprint right there. Probably the more I touch it, the worse I'm going to make. But all right, so that's on there. Cute. Now I'm going to take my twine. And I like to leave it on the spool normally, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. I'm taking about, I'm going to guess 18 inches or so. I'm going to double this. So it's 9 and 9. So that's where I got my 18 inches, approximately. And so I've got them together. So I want to make a double bow. So I want a little chunkier. So I'm just going to, let's see if I can get my hands to work. My arthritis has not been my friend lately. All right, I got it. Yay. All right, so I got my bow in there. It's looking kind of scraggly. Let's hold our knot. And I'll put my finger in the loop there to see if I can keep that loop from twisting so much. Twine likes to twist. Those loops don't want to stay together at all, which is fine. It can do whatever it wants to do. All right, pull those in and then tighten that one last bit. Okay, much better, I think. I like the baby bow. You guys know I like a baby bow. All right, so I've got my little baby bow. Let's bring out my glue dots. Yeah, quilt. Yeah, totally. This is like a quilt type design. Yes, Jean, you're right. Yep, Christmas. This would be a great Christmas card with Christmas prints, I think. You could stamp on cardstock. You don't have to use designer paper. You can make your own prints by stamping and still make it look really different. So there's my little bow there. I think that adds a nice touch. All right, and then let's grab our take your pick, and I'm pulling in our elegant faceted gems. These right here. And I used the clear ones on my original card. I think I'm going to use this frosted one this time. I don't think my colors quite go with the petal pink. Oh, yeah, I kind of like the frosted ones. You guys have to tell me which one you like better. I'll pull that last one back in. Let's do a big one. And I'll put it right there. Don't know why. Just that's where I think it looks good. Might have been better in the other place. Okay, so now we, of course, want to do our card inside. So let me show you what I did here. So I just brought in some of those clipped off pieces to the inside. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll show you how I created that. So I'm going to bring back in my silicone mat where I've got all my little scraps stuck to it. So I've got another piece of weight, same size as the weight on the front of the card here. So you'll see 2 pieces listed in the supplies, cut dimensions. Oh, you like the frosted one also? Oh, good, 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 good. Oh, you've been stamping on the foils with stays on, Jean? Yeah, that is not an easy thing to do. Foil is very, very slippery or slickery, whatever you want to say. It slides. So you have to have a really steady hand to stamp on the foils. But I'm sure it turned out fabulous. All right. Thank you guys so much for sharing. I very much appreciate that. Helps my traffic. All right. So let's see. Okay. So this is the one I had done before. So I literally just took this scrap that I cut off the front, and I'm going to place it down on the corner there. So let's kind of add a little adhesive, give me a little room to play here. And I think I want it down so it doesn't look like there's a piece missing, right? If that makes any sense. And I'm going to go maybe over like that, right? And then I'm going to take this little Sahara Sand scrap that I cut off. And hopefully it's long enough where I placed it. And then I can just place this right on the edge. Now, could you punch some more and add some more shapes in? Sure could. I just wanted to keep it simple and put just a little hint of the design to the inside. So just like we did on the outside, we're going to clip this away. I'm a little sticky now. All right, and we can get rid of those little bits. So you could add more on the inside if you wanted to. I wanted to keep it not too busy. Just a fun little touch. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. And we'll get this in here. Okay, great. Here we go. Beautiful, right? So there's the one with the frosted one we just did, and then here's the one with the clear. I think both look fabulous. I don't think the petal pink would look good with the blushing bride with the other colors I've combined it with. I do think petal pink and blushing bride look good together, but not necessarily with the other colors I've pulled in here. So I hope that you guys really like this one and will give it a try. If you've not been drawn to giving this tile technique a try with the Taylor tag punch, now maybe there's something about this project that will change your mind and you will give it a go. So it is a lot of fun, and it's a pretty fast and easy thing to do. So, all right, just a quick reminder that I have reservations open for my Simply Sweet. That's my strawberry card class. You might have been able to see those cards behind me when I started today's video, but that registration, I'm almost sold out. I've got a few kits left. So if you want that one, go ahead and register, get paid, and I will cut off registration once those are sold out. Or if it lasts until the 27th, we'll have registration open until the 27th of June. So, all right, you guys have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous week, and I will catch you next Tuesday. Thanks so much and have a great week. Bye for now.